What's up, everybody? Welcome to 2023 race season. Well, not this video. This video is from back in the summer of 2022. We're here at the Max Series down in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Today we will be riding along with our teammate Jake. But real quick, dude, super stoked on all the stuff we have to come in 2023. I wanted to make this video to kind of give myself a refresher and dust off the cobwebs on editing and doing commentary, all the fun stuff. I'm working on some new graphics, some new overlays, a bunch of different things to kind of make the production go up a little bit, because we're going to be making more videos than ever this year. Our team is growing. We're super excited here at Newtype Cycling. For 2023, we should have a full Cat 4 and Cat 3 squad, you know, roughly 4 to 5 riders for each race on the bigger events that we do in the Southeast. You know, we're looking to go to Speed Week. We're doing the Hincapie Spring Series. We'll be hitting some other regional races that are on the larger end on this calendar year. We've got mountain bike short track races that we've got footage of, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. Also looking to record some of the Southeast Gravel Series. So all that stuff should be super fun, a lot of content with some better production and all that stuff. But same style and swagger we've had in the previous years. But anyways, we'll jump into this thing and give it a breakdown and see how bad I do. But today, this is the third round of the Max Series of summer 2022. If you check up at the track map, the wind is brutal today. Direct headwind coming down this downhill, and the flags, guys, we're standing like completely horizontal, so super tough. We're only racing with like 10 guys, and oh, here we go, right off the right hand side. There I go with a 5 minutes in, we got our first attack, and we've got 4 teammates on with us, and I'll point those guys out as we see them. But we're riding along with Jake. He does a great job of letting the rest of the field, it's a small field, guys, there's not many of us. If you want to come race your bike here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, come out, come hang out. It's a perfect course, closed course, all that jazz. But he does a great job letting everybody roll through and pushing up. So that attack doesn't go anywhere. I gave it the beans right there, man, and probably gave it too many beans. Well, we're 10 minutes in, just a lap and a half later, I step on the pedals again. We're going 15 miles an hour. I'm like, this is too slow. We gotta make these other guys work. We're really trying to hurt the field is the goal for us. Jake does a great job right here. Slots in, mob down this downhill. Just to give you guys a heads up, like all of the riders on our team today start with J, the letter J. So it might be a little confusing. I'll do the best I can to point people out, but it's just one of them days, you know, where you got too many J's on the field. This attack didn't go anywhere. What I do, pull off to the right hand side, and perfect timing, boom, on our left, our teammate James, Daddy James, Blue Cannondale, one of the smartest guys I ride with. Super stoked he rode with us today for the team. Does a perfect counter up the downhill, up the uphill, however you want to say that. Unfortunately, that doesn't go anywhere, and we push on to 14 minutes in. The field's kind of slowed down a little bit, and right up this transition, what does Jake do? He gets out saddle and does 1,100 watts, 1,000, 900, 800. Oh, he's going down. Perfectly timed attack right here. This is a hard place to attack, especially today with not many riders and a really big headwind is super tough. Our buddy Nick right here on the all black skin suit catches him, and they do a lap. And what does James do as soon as they get caught and the field gets back together? James goes straight to the front and puts the beans. Not a lot of beans, but guess what? What does Jake do right here? Kind of stands up, makes it look like he's, tired. He probably is tired. You know why? Because his BPM is 190. All right? I'd be tired. I'd be feeling it. But what does he do? He slots in right here and lets this kind of whole thing get strung out. And that's what I felt like the majority of this race is Newtype was putting on the attacks and the rest of the field was responding to us. So I think it was like 10 or 12 riders total. So let's just say it was 4 Newtype riders versus 6 other competitors. And so it was like a team. It was like 4 versus 6. You know, like everybody was against us, we were against them, you know, and it was like kosher. Well, guess what? We have our first like counterattack by another rider. The Carolina cycling rider in the red camo is off the front, and Jake kind of has a lapse in judgment just a little bit and lets a little bit of a gap open up. You know why? Because we're tired. These guys have already been attacking. We're only freaking 14 minutes in. Here's our other teammate, Jason, on the cool purple Cannondale. We haven't seen him yet. What we're doing is we're letting everybody use their momentum on the downhill. I'm having to put in some effort right here on the front to help bring this back, help stitch this thing up. But dude, I am tired. Those first 2 attacks for me, I gave it too many beans. All right, too many beans were had. I don't have that many left, okay? I got to get up out of the saddle because I know I've got to help bring this back and get Jake back on the back of the main group. So we're racing for him today. I'd already had a podium, I think, this season. I think our teammate Bryce or James had already had one too, and so we were trying to just get everybody on the box this year and share the love. You know, that's what teamwork's all about, is having the ability and diversity from all of our riders. But you can see me right here on the left. I'm like tired. My head's down. I'm like, I'm over this. Like, I don't know why I came out to only race with 10 people, but here I am. I'm tired. Jason does a great job of closing that down, and he says, no, I'm done, bro. Like, that's all I got. Jake did a great job communicating with us and like yelling at us, motivating us to like stay on and like what was happening and what to do. But luckily right here, everyone is tired. Let up a little bit, take a break. But a few minutes later, you know, we're right back at where we were with relentless attacks. And who does it? James, up here on the right in the blue Cannondale, our teammate, wearing last year's jersey, does another attack. And dude, I'm toast. Jake is toast, running 183 BPM. And what does he do? Perfect job right here. Our buddy James and our other friend Nick are up the road. They got a gap. What does Jake need to do? Exactly this. Set in 3rd or 4th wheel and just sit in. Don't do anything. Don't react to anybody. Let the race come to him and let our teammate go up the road and get a break established. But look at this. He's doing 400 watts on the tailwind section of the course. Dude, today was hard. This race was super tough. It was one of those things that you couldn't hide from the wind. There wasn't enough people to like get a really good draft. And you can see these guys aren't pulling more than 100 yards and they're flicking their elbow and like, I'm done. No one wanted to be on the front. It was a really tough day, but guess what? You know who does? This Carolina cycling rider. We raced with him in a couple different spots around the Southeast. Super strong guy. I believe he joined Carolina cycling last year, so 2022. He's going to try and flick Jake through. He doesn't realize that we have a teammate up the road. Jake says, sorry, buddy, not happening today. You're going to have to do the work if you want to do it to bring this thing back. And guess what? He says, yes, sir. I'm going to do that. Gets out of the saddle. We're skipped ahead a little bit in the lap. And he puts in a digger to bring this thing back. For their size of rider, doing 700 watts up this hill, 500 watts, it's pretty taxing. Heavier riders, seeing 700 every lap is pretty normal. But for these guys who weigh 165, 160 pounds, doing 300 watts is pretty juiced. Well, great effort by the Carolina cycling guy. He brought that back. Jake didn't really have to do a lot of work. He did have to respond, but as soon as they bring it back, look up in the front. Nick's looking back in the black skin suit. He's looking back. He's like, oh, they're done? Well, guess what? I'm going to put some more juice in the rubber band and try and get it to snap. And another attack. Well, guess what happened? Myself, our teammate Jason on the purple Cannondale, who we saw briefly, and 2 or 3 other two other riders, I think, got blown off the back. Our race is done. You will not see us. This hurt too bad. It was a combination of Newtype and like two other guys like putting in hard attacks early on in this race, and just blew up half the group. So what was already a super small field of like 10 is like now like 6 or something. Here's Jake right here talking to James about, you know, what had happened, and just letting James know, like, yo, be smart about any other attacks you do. Make sure, you know, I'm in good position to not like have to respond too heavily to like any attacks or any flyers that you want to do. And you just communicate with James just like a good teammate should. Pushing onwards, you can hear Jake right now kind of chatting it up with some other riders about, you know, what had happened, and he's like, hey guys, if you want to do tempo for the rest of the time we're riding, you know, like, we can do that. You know, I have no problem with that. But no, he doesn't want to. You know who attacks? Boom, our teammate James, Mac Daddy James, on the front again. I think this is like his 5th or 6th attack of this 45-minute crit. He's an animal. He's got dad strength, people. Have some kids, you'll get this strong. They send it around this downhill left-hander, and after this attack, you know, we have one more from Jake right here, and you can just tell, like, the field's just like toast, guys. Like, they're just like done. Super slow coming out of the corkscrew right there. Jake sees a prime opportunity to do an attack, and all right, don't look at this. UCI, don't look at this. Yo, we're in South Carolina. Anything goes in South Carolina, all right? Don't look at the puppy dog hands. Jake and Nick actually get on a good break right here. You'll see Nick come around the left side to do a pull, and I think they stayed away for like an hour, or excuse me, a lap and a half, you know, bringing this thing up. And I think now we're right at like the 35-minute mark. So, you know, for the next time, you know, they stay away. And as soon as they get caught, who goes through? Mr. James Pearl with another counter. It's nothing big. It's not like he's staying out of saddle and like throwing down 900-watt attack. He's keeping it smooth. He's using his momentum appropriately. He's attacking in all the correct parts of the track. Super smart. Nick, All Black Kid, he wants to be a part of this, but so does Carolina Cycling. So does our buddy Brian right here in the white. All of these guys want to be a part of it. It's at this point in the race, I think everyone kind of like looked at each other and was like, guys, can we just get to the last lap? You know, that was kind of the goal, because, you know, for a field this small, I mean, if you count the number of attacks, dude, it was a lot. It was a lot. If you got a brief glimpse, we jumped ahead, guys. We're on the last lap. You just saw me get lapped right there on the left. Up here on the right will be our other teammate, Jason. He's also getting lapped. Disregard him. All right. Question is for you guys. Is our buddy Jake, who we're riding along with, too close to the front right now? It's the last lap. In my opinion, he's not. With the small of a field it is, and it's how blown it is, it's been all race, I don't think this was hurting Jake to be where he was. And there's really just nowhere to hide today. So, in my opinion, like, get where you feel comfortable, get the position you want. We have one more attack right here, late attack from Nick coming out of corkscrew. This kind of just like was perfectly timed for Jake to take advantage of this and to sit in behind the Carolina Cycling rider in the red camo. Pace is ramping up, watts are going up, and you guys know we have a big tailwind right here. It's super hard to pass people. They kind of let up a little bit. Nick on the front's fading. Other guys are pulling through, but guess what? They don't want to be on the front either. James comes to the left to the rescue. Right here, I feel like Jake should have stayed on the inside behind the Carolina Cycling rider. Coming around the last corner, guys, it's all or nothing right here. James doesn't have the snap that he wants, and Jake has to take it into his own hands, get out of saddle. 900 watts. 900 watts again. 800. 200. 203 beats per minute. Boom, finish line. Esteban, our buddy, takes the win. Jake takes second. Carolina Cycling rider takes third. Guys, gals, hit that like button. Let's go. That's a lot of BPM right there. Woo! Super stoked to dust off the cobwebs for you guys. Be on the lookout for some more races and content. Catch you on the next one.